Here's another relationship advice post. Posted by Diligent Iron 1384. My female 27 husband, male 30, thinks he shouldn't watch baby 3 months overnight because other men don't. On mobile, sorry. Context, I, female 27, watch my son 3 months from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. while my husband, male 30, sleeps. He watches him from 4 to 8 a.m. while I sleep. I then watch him from 8 to 5 p.m. while he works. Husband then watches him from 5 to 8 p.m. and the cycle repeats. We have a good baby. He usually wakes once or twice at night to eat. Last night at 8 p.m. he just exploded at me, very unlike him, that he shouldn't wake up with the baby at all. He said no husband we know does this. He kept repeating, name one man who does. I told him comparing us to other relationships isn't constructive and pointed out how other dads we know do extra in other ways. Work overtime, have babies with colic that need extra care, etc. He said he's tired of going above and beyond. Honestly, I was shocked. I've never heard him say anything like this. I asked if something happened at work or if he needed a break to tell me. I said I try to thank him often, give him affection, and tell him how great he is with our boy. But he just said, I tell other dads I'm awake at 4 before work and they can't believe it. He did get up at 4 a.m. last night and he left for work and we haven't spoken. Is our system wrong? Is this just a bruised male ego? Looking for suggestions. This is our first baby and I'm wondering how other parents navigate the night shift and how to navigate this sudden outburst. Many thanks. Edit, since there seems to be some confusion, I am not awake with him all night. I am responsible for him on my shift. I sleep when he sleeps, so does my husband. I am on maternity leave for a year, standard in Canada. Final update. First, I really appreciate the men and women who understand that maternity leave is not a vacation, and I do not just sit in my jammies, as someone mentioned. My husband came home and spoke with me on his lunch break. He apologized and said he had a rough week at work and will work on communicating when he needs a break. He said he understands how difficult watching our son can be, and he feels guilty for asking for breaks or free time. I told him I don't mind giving him extra time here and there where he needs it, but I'm not a mind reader. I also mentioned I thought he'd be proud that he is doing more than other dads he knows, not envious. He said that he wants to keep the schedule the same, and he enjoys having the early morning hours, just the two of them to bond. He understands he let his feelings boil over and will work on communicating his needs. Thank you to everyone except the man who hates maternity leave. You know who you are. Okay, so happy to see that this resolved itself, and the big thing that I want to communicate here is that newborns are tough. That is a rigorous time for a couple that will test you, it will push you to the limits, and you are bound to bicker. It is just going to happen because you're both on your last thread pretty much all the time. Your sleep schedules are disrupted. Even if it's not your first kid, you forget that infants are a huge amount of work. They are work. It is constant work. And you're just catching little bits of sleep whenever you can, but otherwise it is like 24/7 work for both of you. Even when he's at work, a part of him is left behind thinking about this child, and that's tough. It is a really tough time to go through. The fact that he came back and communicated this, I'm so proud of this dude. It is a hard thing for a guy to do, especially if he's getting shit from coworkers that are dudes that are like, oh no, I didn't do that, man. I keep my wife pregnant barefoot in the kitchen. She takes care of everything because that's just how it goes. I don't think that's how it goes, man. Not in successful relationships anyway. Also, as a dad, there's an amazing opportunity to bond early in this process with your child that a lot of guys who are too dudely to get involved miss out on. So screw them. They're missing out. This guy got it. The wife got it. They communicated through it, and holy shit, wow, communication solved something. We need some, not red flag confetti, we need some like party confetti. We need celebration confetti. Let's do that. Celebration confetti for a problem solved. Now, ongoing, this is gonna happen again. Maybe not this same thing, but you guys are gonna be fried. You guys are gonna be running on empty all the time, and you're gonna have to communicate through it, and you're gonna forget this conversation, and someone's gonna have an outburst, and it's just gonna happen. So just be ready to communicate through that as well, but I'm proud of both of you guys for communicating through it. And you're right, you're not a mind reader. Candy Thunder says you can't pour from an empty cup. That goes for both of you. You have to communicate to each other when you need some you time or some hobby time or whatever it is to refill your cup. Speak up about it, because if you're about to explode, you got to do something other than exploding. I'm interested to see what a couple of comments are here. This from Cookie Pouch. I hear a lot of him comparing himself with other men, which unfortunately may be a sample size issue and a problem with the men he knows. True. I would redirect and ask why it's above and beyond for him to do this, but not above and beyond for you? Why isn't he comparing his efforts to yours? You are partners equally responsible for your child. When he works, you're working too by providing all the child care, and then you split the non-work hours. This seems like a pretty fair system, so his comparison to other men is pretty weak. Plus, he probably doesn't 100% even know what these other men are and aren't doing. He needs to refocus and reevaluate. I'm guessing he's tired because being a parent is hard, but that doesn't mean that your arrangement isn't fair. Agreed. I think your system works just fine. Evolve it as needed, right? I mean, it's not written in stone. If something needs to change, then change it as you go. I can't remember what our system was for Navy Thunder. I really can't. Probably because she's 18 months old now, and I'm still fried. It takes a while, and it's going to be a lot more work, and the problems are just going to change. So as long as you communicate through them, you guys are going to be totally fine. Just be aware that both of you are going to have to refill your cup at some point. Otherwise, more outbursts will happen because you're both working 24/7 right now. So be prepared. Congratulations. Good job.
It's a rare thing to get to say here. Good job. You solved the problem on your own. Oh my God. Like a proud papa. I don't even know these people. I didn't even have anything to do with it. I'm just proud.